Where are we?
At the zoo.
And what are we gonna do?
We're gonna see an anteater.
No, maybe.
Do they have anteaters?
They have.
We'll find out. We're gonna find out all the fun stuff that the PineGrove Zoo
They
has.
have Arctic foxes.
Yes, they do. They have some really cool stuff. So let's go. You coming, Viv?
Yeah. Mom, we don't need to stamp the other way. Mom, we don't need to stamp the other way. We found the zebra.
Did you?
You want the other one too?
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
I got 2 stamps.
You got 2 stamps?
You want one, bud?
No.
No? Okay.
I get one only.
How many did you get?
I get one too.
I'm Vicki Villabro. I work in the marketing area, also the office manager.
And my name is Marnita and Vicki, and I'm the zoo director here at PineGrove Zoo.
Been here 3 years, and before that I was a board member for 6 years. So they kind of got my fingers in it, and I couldn't let go. Before that, I worked at Horizon Health as the marketing director there for 17 years.
Okay.
I've been here going on 20 years now already, and was a office manager at the veterinary clinic here in Little Falls. 19 and a half years to be exact. We didn't even have running water here. We had a hydrant. So there was no restrooms, there was no sink, there was nothing. Just this little row of cages where the animals lived.
Yeah.
And so besides the obviously physical changes for the animals and their habitats, the community support has just grown exponentially. Cannot do something of this type of business or facility without having great community support, and we are very blessed in that. It's very hard to compare apples to oranges because you have the San Diego zoos of the world, which obviously are multi-million-dollar facilities. We are a smaller zoo, but not the smallest zoo. And I think what we like to do is we like to say that we are an age-in-place facility, which means our animals do not leave. They don't get to a certain age and have to leave the facility so they can get in new young ones. And we really strive to make sure that our visitors get a very unique and personal experience. That's where we want our visitors to be. We want them to be able to leave here with lifelong memories that they'll never forget. Second oldest zoo in the state of Minnesota. Como Zoo beat it by 6 years. So we actually started our first animals were in 1913, which is some great horned owls that the park board members actually brought in. And because they noticed that there was just this really large thirst for animals, it just kept growing. And about the 70s, it kind of hit a lull where budgets were tight. And because budgets were tight, they decided that maybe the zoo wasn't something they wanted to put the money into, and so it was stagnant for a while. And then 1991, the Friends of PineGrove Zoo formed. It was a group of people that really wanted to see the zoo change and grow, and they formed the Friends of PineGrove Zoo, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they partnered then with the city of Little Falls. And I was lucky to come on in 1999, at the end of 99, and be a part of a great team that really put together an amazing facility.
The thing is, a lot of people, even Little Falls, don't even know that we've changed and that we're here even. So just getting that message out is hard because people don't pick up newspapers anymore. They don't listen to their local radio stations sometimes. They're doing podcasts, they're doing this. So you have to be very creative and innovative. And when you have a small budget, you have to be more creative and more innovative. And our goal, I think, is really important. We want to make it a personal experience because we don't have the most animals. But we want our animals are the most loved, I think. And I mean, they're all our babies in a way. And so we want to express our love onto our visitors and let them share in that excitement of seeing the otter exhibit and getting to know Ted, Dewey, and Dave.
Yeah.
And seeing the girls grow in the kangaroo exhibit from when they were little babies, little baby joeys, until, you know, the cute little things that they are now.
Right.
That's what we want them to come away with, is those, we want, like I love how Marnita would say, we want them to say, do you remember when we went to PineGrove Zoo? And that's what we want. We want people to walk out those doors and be able to say, do you remember when we went to PineGrove Zoo? And there's lots of ands. When we had a bear encounter, when we got to go and pet Sydney and Bindi, the kangaroos, when we got to go crawl through the otter tunnel, those are the things. We want those personal experiences. We want you to love our animals as much as we do. Junior zookeeping for 8 to 11, and then we also have an apprentice camp for 12 through 16, in which young zoo lovers get to come and enjoy our animals and get to see what it's like to be a keeper and get to learn some of the behind the scenes things of how things go. We also, for the first time last year, had an adult zookeeper day. It was phenomenal. We had 10 adults aging from 18 to, I think our oldest was 74. Had a complete blast. I mean, they walked away with tears in their eyes. They had such a phenomenal day because they got to experience things that most people don't get to do. And of course, we always keep safety in mind, but they had a great time. You know, they were out in the bear exhibit, they were out in the tiger exhibit, getting it prepared for when the tigers go out there. They had a great time. So we have those. We also have yoga this year. And last year we had it. Where this year you can actually go in the kangaroo exhibit and have yoga.
With the kangaroo.
Yes.
We're really...
Did they jump on you like the goat yoga? I was like, I don't want to do goat yoga. I get kicked enough the way it is.
Well, we'll actually, and I'd like to just, you know, clear up. We go out in the tigers and the bear habitats when the animals aren't out there.
Yeah.
So let's clear that
Clear
up.
that up,
Yes.
Right, the safety part of it, that they're not there,
Yes,
but like to clean
like when
and
we're
to do.
preparing the exhibit for them to go out for the day.
Yep.
And we do, and you know, it is, you know, I think what we like is that our visitors are getting to know these animals personally. And when you get to know something personally and more intimately and bond with an animal, you care about them more. And when you care about them more, all of a sudden you care about the species more. And when you care about the species more, then all of a sudden conservation becomes more prevalent in your thoughts.
Yep.
So we try and start, you know, you can make a really big impact with a very small amount of effort. And so what we want to do is, like Vicki said, we want people to love our animals like we do. And we do love them. They're our kids.
Yeah.
And so when you get to love a Bindi and Sydney, all of a sudden you love red kangaroos, and then you love all kangaroos, and it just grows. And
Yeah.
that's where we want people to be.
Yeah. And then you look too of like, okay, how can we make it better? And like how, like all of it together, how does it all work together?
Absolutely.
Better?
And you know, you it's all money and budget and resources, and so you know, remodel this facility or you remodel this habitat, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, let's do this one, and keeping in mind you try and bring in new animals that people can't see driving down the road.
Yeah.
So we definitely have changed in that over the years with the different species leaving and some being added. So, you know, it's all one of those things where you continue to grow, but we want to make sure that we have the resources and the keepers to make sure that our animals are still being cared for in very high quality of you know, keeping.
Yeah.
And we don't have the most animals, but if you have a lot of animals, it's really hard to give them that independent care. You know, where you actually stop and see each animal. If you have a lot of animals, you're basically just trying to race to get everybody fed. They're not getting that attention, that quality attention. And so we definitely do that here. No doubt about it. And like I said, our animals are here for their life. They don't leave for the winter. They don't, you know, gosh, this one's getting old and we get a young one.
Yep.
We just don't do that here. That's not where our vision is.
Right.
One unique thing that we do too is we enrich our animals every day. And maybe you can go into that a little more, because it's actually really cool, and I don't think people realize it when they walk by an exhibit and they see a pail in there. Well, why is that pail in there? Or why is that object in there? And you want to explain that a little bit?
Sure. So, you know, it isn't just feeding these animals. We have been doing an operant training program here for 8 years. So we actually fly in a trainer from Las Vegas, and she trains our keepers on how to train the animals. And it isn't what you think of like a circus type training,
Yeah.
but it's actually so that the animals are not scared. And so our animals are taught to go step on the scale every month so we can monitor their body condition. And they love it. They can't wait to train. It's kind of like going to school.
Yeah.
You know, they're excited. It's something new. And so there's everything from what they're taught to open their mouth so we can see their teeth. They're taught to present their paw so we can see the bottom of their paw. We do all these behaviors in helping them manage their health so that we can do preventative care without them being sick and have to always sedate them. So we've been doing that for 8 years. It's been going really great. And like Vicki said, the enrichment part of it. So every day, every animal gets something new. It's either a scent, it could be a spice, it could be a perfume, it might be a novel object, something different for the animals to play with every day. So it's kind of like if you have a child and giving them a different game to play every single day. It's the same way in the zoo world.
Yeah.
You give them something new that stimulates them psychologically
Yeah.
and keeps them from being bored.
When we come to the zoo, is the part that we really like about it is that you can go back and see something that you really wanted to see because it is small enough. You know, like sometimes when you go to bigger zoos, it's like, I'm so tired, I just want to get out of here.
Right.
Where you actually get to enjoy the morning or the afternoon or even the day here because you can go back to that animal and, oh, let's go check on it again. Did they come out yet? Or, you know, it's like that you actually really get to embrace the entire zoo, which I love for
Yeah.
my family.
And I think you're right, Brenda, in that, you know, it's small enough and yet large enough. And it's green. It's not one exhibit after the other. And I think, and I myself am, you know, guilty of this. When I go to a larger zoo, there's so many. I don't even really look at the animal. It's like, oh yeah, that's a baboon, or that's a this, and you just move on, and you don't even realize what you saw.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's almost like it's a goal to just get out of there.
Yeah.
Here, it's you actually see the animal. You know their names. You know who they are. You've watched them grow up, and then you get to see new things. And so I think that is a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
Is people are very bonded. The community's been amazing, and when I say community, not just Little Falls, but St. Cloud and Brainerd have been just phenomenal in being supportive of what we're doing.
Right. Exhibit, the otter exhibit. So when did that start planning to how and it's a big deal this summer.
It's been a 2-year journey.
It has been a journey.
It's been in 2 years in the process. So
2 years.
It's been a long time. I actually was looking at some old Facebook posts from 2 years ago. It was in June when I put out the first picture of our tentative, just, you know, picture of the exhibit. I was like, wow, it's been that long, you know.
And it has been a journey, and it always is. You know, when you start to plan an exhibit, there's so many things that go into it. From, first of all, just the capital improvement of it.
Yeah.
But once you build it, you have to be able to have the resources and the staff to manage it correctly. And what does that animal need, not just diet-wise, but enrichment-wise and habitat-wise? And what are we hoping to pass along to our visitors about this particular type of animal?
Yeah.
And do the people want to see it? So it's a long process. And so we tend to come up with an animal we want. We talk to other zoos, you know, why reinvent the wheel? So if they have something that, oh yeah, we did this exhibit, but man, this really didn't work very well for us, or this was great. And so what's kind of cool about that is then it can be one of those things where you're like, okay, their mistakes can be something we can avoid.
Yep.
And, but it's a long journey, and this was a very large, not just monetarily, but just a large endeavor in making sure all the pieces fit. And then you have this vision in your mind of what you hope it can be, and sometimes having the vision in your mind doesn't always come out into reality. In the otter habitat, it came out to exactly what we were hoping for.
When I'm looking forward to going seeing it now when it's like completely open and stuff like that, because we were just here at the beginning of May, and it is like the tunnel, and it gives like kids to enjoy them at a different perspective than just like standing there and looking at them and stuff, so which is fun to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, we're looking for something, and talking with the zoos, what's their people's favorite animal, and otters by far was one of the, that was a hit. And
Yeah.
because they're always busy, they're always doing something.
Right.
They're kind of like toddlers, though. I have found that they're either going full speed ahead or they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And otters is something we've wanted actually since 2006. So this has been something we've had in the back of our mind for quite a while.
Yeah, so it wasn't just a 2-year planning. It's been planning for quite a while then.
Yeah, we really got strong into it about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get the more personal experience here. You're
Mhm.
going to get that feel. You're going to walk down our paths and you're going to be able to talk to me or Vicki or one of our zookeepers, and in a large zoo, you're not going to get that.
No.
So you're going to get a more intimate view of behind the scenes of what's happening, far more than you would at a big zoo.
And please talk to us. Our keepers and our staff
Absolutely.
want to share. We
Yeah.
have great stories to tell. We want to be able to share that with everybody. I think
Yeah.
sometimes membership scares people, and all it is a great opportunity for you to come enjoy the zoo at a reasonable price. So for a family or grandparent membership, it's $65. That includes 2 adults living in the same household and up to 6 kids under the age of 18. So $65 for 12 months. Obviously, we're not open in December, but if
Yeah.
you buy your membership today, it's good until June of 2020.
Yeah.
So it's an absolutely phenomenal deal if people just realize that. And they don't have to do anything. We don't ask anything from them. You get special discounts like on our junior zookeeping and our adult zookeeping and some other things like that. Our encounters, you get a certain dollar amount off of that as well. So it's a great opportunity if you'd like to come and visit the zoo and you have more than just you. Come, even if it's you, it's $37. You can come as much as you want for the entire year.
Right. That's the big. The big thing with
It's
the
huge.
membership that you can come as many times as you want.
Yeah, 10 minutes doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We have members that come twice a week, 3 times a week, because you can
Yeah.
come and go, oh gosh, we got to go see how the otters are doing, or how are the peafowl chicks growing,
Mhm.
or and the other cool thing with the membership is we have reciprocity with other zoos, and so you can get in free or half price to other zoos
Really?
by having a membership here. And we have a list of the zoos that partner with us. So there's almost 50, I believe, that actually partner with us. And through your membership here, you can get in there either half price or for free to other zoos as well. So it is a huge bonus. Not to just mention that you get an invite to the breakfast with the animals. And if you've never seen that, it's really cool. So it's in the fall. And we actually serve you breakfast one morning as the animals are eating their breakfast, and you can take your breakfast and walk around and watch the animals getting theirs. And so really a cool experience, and it's only for members.
It's only for members to do that.
And we do have, I know there's a couple ladies that come in and walk our paths in the morning, and they're members, and they just come in every morning and go for a nice walk. And what a great walk.
Yeah.
Walk by the tigers, you walk by the kangaroos.
Yeah.
What a great way to get out and enjoy fresh air, get some steps in, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to create that calming environment in your body.
absolutely, absolutely.
We all need that.
Some days more than others.
And like Vicki had mentioned earlier, we're doing encounters. So we're doing some cool new things. You're getting behind the scenes with the kangaroos and the otters and the big cats. And so there's some really cool opportunities to be able to see them in a different view. So you can see behind the scenes and what they're getting fed and where their dens are and how they act behind the scenes as well as in the public view. So we have got those encounters available. And every day, Memorial Day through Labor Day, we are doing something for free inside the zoo. So there's things like our up-and training demonstrations, where you can watch them go out and train the tiger. There's enrichment. There's chomp, which is carnivore, herbivore, omnivore meal preparation. So you can actually watch the animals feed, because we actually feed the animals prior to the public being allowed into the zoo.
Okay.
And so there's days that you can come and actually just see that stuff. All free, those are free with getting into the admissions to the zoo. So I think we do a lot for a very small staff.
Yeah.
And we're kind of excited to share our passion for these animals and for their plights that's out in the natural world.
And I think those pieces create that intimate relationship with the community and the zoo, and all of that creates that. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's right.
Just come and enjoy the zoo. Come and see who we are, what we're doing. The animals will love to see you. They love to see people.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hoping that you can see what we're doing on a personal level for these animals, and that it's all about families and people. just come and enjoy.
Hi, we have been enjoying our time at the PineGrove Zoo. Marnita, thank you, and Vicki, thank you for having us and taking the time to tell us all the wonderful things that are happening at the zoo and why the PineGrove Zoo is so awesome. We love the PineGrove Zoo, don't we? Yeah. I love the PineGrove Zoo. What's your favorite animal, Vivian?
Fox.
Frogs?
Fox.
Oh, the fox. The fox.
I
was-
thought your favorite was the baby porcupine.
Baby porcupine and fox.
Yeah. Everett, what was your favorite animal? No. The otter exhibit is pretty amazing. What do you think? Yeah. How about the zebras?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How about the kangaroos?
Yeah.
How about the buffalo?
Yeah.
What about the peacock?
And the oh, I love the peacock. That's like my favorite.
I like the peacock too.
I just like all animals.
Yeah,
I
I
like
love them
all
too.
the animals.
Yep. So if you are in Little Falls or if you're in the central Minnesota area, come on down to the PineGrove Zoo. It is an amazing and wonderful time.